That was Destiny's 2, directed by Anuj Bansal. Let me now ask Anuj, why a topic which causes people to think a little bit before actually watching it? Because I don't really remember a film made with the two lead actors who were actually dwarfs. I think that's the official term, or
Yeah, that's right.
okay.
Yeah, so I was working on a show where this guy, Sridhar, who is leading a part in my film, is working as a continuity character. So I was, yeah.
With the lead actor.
Yeah, with
in
the lead
Destiny's
actor.
2.
Right. So
Okay.
I was working on a show which is a kids-based show.
Okay.
So he's doing a continuity comic character in that show.
Okay.
So that ways I got to know him, and he's a very good person. So I was having a friendship with him. Now even we are friends right now, I think. So that way I got to know him, and I was just thinking about his life, his personal life, what all problems would a person like him face in in every aspect of life. So that way a germ created in my mind. So I just come up with a story.
And since you were telling the film from his perspective, was he okay with the way the script was written and, the things that you dealt with? Because, see, some of these things are sensitive enough where we want to tell a story to highlight their lives, but at the same time, they don't want to showcase some aspects of their life.
Right, but actually this character relates a lot to the actual person.
To Sridhar himself.
To Sridhar himself, yeah. So he's kind of that kind of person. He has that nature. So the character comes from him only.
And he's an actor here in Bombay?
Right, he's working here. He's working for TV shows.
Okay. Some of the obvious challenges that come with telling a film from that perspective, simple question, and this is purely as a filmmaker. Obviously, the whole height of the camera. So, what were your choices when you were, trying to tell the story? One of the things that we obviously do is, you position the camera lower to give someone a position of power, and you position higher to, look. So in this case, obviously everything gets thrown out the window.
Right, because I never wanted to show him that dwarf, that small heighted. I never wanted to be portray that thing, I never use that high-end camera, high angle for showing him a small person. I just use his point of view, his life from his eyes. So that was my thought. So I always use eye level on his eye.
Given the fact that the film was about his wants or his needs, it's interesting to me that while he was comfortable in his environment, is this a journey that he had taken in his life that you portrayed on the film?
No, it's my own germ.
No, not just the story, but the journey that he had taken, that he also wanted to be with quote-unquote taller people and then ended up happy with his life, or this was completely your idea?
This was my idea only. I just had that character in my mind. I thought, what would he do if he would be in certain situation? So okay. I created it on my own.
And where all did you shoot this film? Because it's got, the locations are really strong, and you did a very good job of hiding the camera. So obviously shooting in crowded locations, how did you manage this?
It was a struggle basically, because mostly all kids know Sridhar because he is famous for his character he plays for the show.
Really? Which is the show?
It's called Balveer. It's on Sub TV.
Okay.
So it's a kids show basically. So every kid know him as a character of the show. So
when you took him out on the streets, they were recognizing him.
Right. So everyone know him, even the elder ones, because they were also watching the show with their kids. So everyone know him. So it was a challenge shooting with him on the streets. So I shot in Bombay Central on the platforms. I shot outside the station in the main areas, the market areas, Javeri Bazaar. I shot that too with him.
The film has a fantastically strong visual element. Tell me something about that, and who is your cinematographer?
He's called Daryl Fernandez, his name is. and he's also a newcomer. All of us were like new only. So it was a DIY film, do-it-yourself film, basically. We shot on 5D Mark III. So actual cinematographer, on the day of shoot, when we were about to meet at 6 in the morning, he didn't pick the call, the cinematographer. I was sitting in the local, in just 1 hour, I had to arrange a cinematographer for me, because I had to roll at 8 a.m. in the morning, that too in the marketplace. So I was sitting, I was making calls.
So your original cinematographer ditched you?
Right. Actually, he had a shoot last night, so he was sleeping and he didn't pick the call. So Daryl was his associate. He was with some equipments, but not all. He didn't have the batteries that day.
God.
So I was in mess that day. So I just made 2-3 calls to my friends. Just come. I just promised some new creative promises to them. Just come anyhow. Just do something. Come to this location. So not 8 a.m., but I managed somehow to take my first shot at 9:30 a.m. So in that 1.5 hour journey from Mira Road to my location, I had to arrange everything on phone. Finally, I did it.
But that's the beauty of production. No matter how well you plan it, something will always go wrong.
Because I just had 1 day for Sridhar. He's always busy in the shoot. He's a continuity character.
So you shot all his portions on 1 day?
1 day, that's right. From morning to night sequence, everything in 1 day.
Excellent, excellent. And, the visual element of the film is really, really strong. So I think you did a phenomenal job. Tell me your most favorite moment. I always like asking filmmakers this because there is one moment when suddenly things happen and you're very excited.
There are actually 2-3 moments, but when we were shooting at that Golgappa, that here we say Pani Puri.
It's a wonderfully tender scene because the payoff when she's also looking at another guy was very nice.
To get that effect, to get that proper view for the audience, to the viewer, to get that effect when he looks at her wife, that she is looking at the guy.
Correct.
To get that effect was quite adventurous for us. How to get that? We tried different shots that time. Even I did some shot division. I knew that this will only work. This will work fine, better than others. So we tried different shots that time. So it was quite interesting. We had a bunch of crowd around our shoot because he was famous only. He is famous actually, Sridhar. So my assistant, I had 2 assistants for my short films. That sound quite...
yeah, that sounds very generous there.
Unusual for a short filmmaker. But I had a production guy as well. So they were busy in, removing the crowd from away from the camera angle. So it helped a lot.
That you'd probably say was your...
that was quite adventurous for shooting that.
Got you. And you mentioned every bit of Sridhar was just shot in 1 day.
Right.
And the whole film took 2 days, you said?
3.5 days.
Oh, what were the other sequences the pickup shots and everything else?
The cheat shoot, the locations without Sridhar, the POVs, basically.
Okay.
So we shot separate.
Got it. And let's talk briefly about the music. Who is the music director? What was your choice behind the music of the film?
He's a friend. His name is Shankar. He lives in Delhi. Now he's doing some MBA course from South India. So now he is also into some other domain. He has a small studio in his house. So he used to record music there. So I just met him. I said, this is the story. Give me something. I give some references to him. I need this kind of music. So he gave me something. They recorded something.
You said that you actually, I don't know if I'm extrapolating, but you finally gave up on Bombay and you went back to Delhi.
It's not like that. You can say I'm in a sleeping mode these days. So one day I'll wake up again. I'll be doing something with the industry. I'll be joining a project, maybe.
Okay, because right now you're in the IT field and you're still doing this on the side if you can.
Yes, I'll do. I even got 2-3 jumps in my mind. I'll soon make something.
Are you looking to make features or you're just sticking with shorts for now?
Just like others, I have written something for feature, but let's hope when I'll be able to. But I just want to put my money. I want to do it independently. I'll save few lakhs. I'll try to make my movie. It's a festival-oriented film only, basically.
Got it.
It's not that commercial frame canvas, but I have to manage money for that. I'll do it.
Got it. Okay. Well, then I wish you all the very best. And I guess it takes all sorts to get films made, because I also used to have a professional background before I quit and started making films. So you better do it quickly. Don't get too wrapped up in the IT world. This world is a whole lot more fun.
Actually, I'm quite enjoying with that, those people, innocent, simple living, they crack a simple joke and laugh out loud. I'm enjoying their company.
After spending how many years in Mumbai?
Not much, 2 years, 2.5 years.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, wherever it takes you, I wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
I hope this, you haven't sent Destiny's 2 to festivals and stuff like that?
I have sent. It was screened at Vibgyor International Film Festival, Kerala.
Okay, all right.
So I'll be sending it to some other places as well, but I have sent it to Pocket Films, so they will be having that rights.
And yeah, they do a pretty good job about pushing it on different platforms.
Right, they're promoting content basically.
Exactly. Excellent. So all the very best.
Yeah, thank you. It was nice meeting you. I was expecting something like this only.
Thank you, Anuj.
Thank you.
Now stay tuned for some exciting short films lined up for you today.